Harry and Meghan have reportedly faced what many are calling their most humiliating setback yet. Allegedly, they have been banned by FIFA, the world's governing body for football, from attending events connected to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and the reason behind it is said to be truly shocking. Prince Harry was reportedly not invited to the FIFA World Cup final, a moment that could have been a major opportunity for the couple to rebuild their fading public image. But this time FIFA allegedly made it clear they were not welcome. The situation reportedly left them embarrassed and humiliated on a global stage. The 2026 FIFA World Cup officially began on June 11, 2026. And the summer opened with enormous excitement as millions of football fans from around the world prepared to travel to the United States for one of the biggest sporting events on Earth. It was expected to be a celebration on a massive scale. Meghan was reportedly already thinking about the outfits she might wear to matches happening close to where they live, likely imagining where she would sit, who she would be seen with, and how much media attention her appearance could attract. Harry, meanwhile, was also said to be eagerly anticipating the tournament. Then came the shocking development. Despite living in the very country hosting the tournament, they allegedly discovered they would not be welcomed into the event. For the couple, this was reportedly a crushing blow.
Prince Harry being snubbed with FIFA game.
Yes, I'm not quite good at this sport. Apparently there's a big football soccer event.
You've heard of it?
The World Cup.
Yes, that's right.
And it's happening here in the United States of America, because when you think football, you do think America. Absolutely not. But they're doing it here.
Right.
And Harry was rumored to be going. Absolutely not. He's not.
Just a few years ago, Harry was seen as one of the most admired members of the royal family. Many people referred to him as the Happy Prince because of his warm...
Harry is the royal family's dirty secret. They're ashamed of him. They consider him dangerous and toxic. If you meet him, you do so behind closed doors.
The Duke of Sussex is one of a number of high-profile figures behind this legal action over allegations of unlawful information gathering. Kinsey, within minutes of taking to the stand, he took a dig at the royal family.
While football may have distanced itself from Prince Harry, it appears to have fully welcomed back its original prince. David Beckham. Many believe Beckham is one of the key reasons Harry has reportedly been shut out of the World Cup. David Beckham is not just a football icon, he is one of the most famous and influential figures the sport has ever produced. In recent weeks, he has continued to receive one major honor after another. His influence in the football world remains incredibly strong, and his connections with powerful figures both inside and outside the sport continue to grow with remarkable force.
Former England captain David Beckham has been formally knighted by King Charles at Windsor Castle, and we can bring you those pictures right now.
Sir David Beckham, for services to sport and to charity.
Yeah, as you just heard, the 50-year-old honoured for services to sport and charity after being selected in the King's birthday honours list. He knelt before the monarch, who touched his shoulders with a sword to formalise the induction before the pair shared a joke in his illustrious career.
Meanwhile, Harry finds himself thousands of miles away in Montecito, still trying to hold on to relevance in a global spotlight that once welcomed him so warmly. Beckham's position in the world of football remains unmatched, and FIFA fully understands the value he brings. Football fans admire him, and sponsors continue to see him as a powerful and trusted figure. Harry, on the other hand, now appears to be watching from the sidelines. Major sporting organizations seem increasingly unwilling to attach themselves to controversy, and many observers believe this has played a major role in Harry's steadily declining influence.
Markle is livid that Prince Harry was stuck in the 8th row at the NBA final game. Hello, Darby, my little doggy. She was not happy at all about this, so insiders say that there were a lot of celebrities on the front row. Courtside, Timothy Chalamet. We also saw Ben Stiller. Harry, surprisingly, was at the game. Nobody's exactly sure why he was there. However, he was stuck on the 8th.
But perhaps the most significant part of this entire situation is not simply that Harry was allegedly left out. The bigger question is why he was excluded in the first place. According to many observers, Harry may have no one to blame but himself, especially because of his reported falling out with David Beckham.
He's falling out with David Beckham. David Beckham is going to own this.
Can David Beckham keep someone out?
I don't think he can, but I think they don't want to put him in an awkward position.
Why do these people hate each other?
Well, Harry allegedly accused David of leaking stories about him. So they thought David and Victoria were leaking stories, William and Harry, that you have to pick a side. And David wants that knighthood, and so he picked William. Wow. He's not going to not pick the king. And so they've had a terrible falling out. The football match, the soccer match, starts, I think, on Friday. Don't expect to see Harry there, but expect to see David Beckham all over this. And he's going to make a ton of money because he's doing every commercial from chewing gum to deodorant.
If Prince William decides to attend the matches, he will most likely be seated right beside David Beckham in the stadium. Just imagine how Harry might feel watching the two of them enjoying the excitement of football together. It could become a painful reminder of everything that has changed, and perhaps for the first time, he may truly begin to regret the decisions that brought him to this point.
It's been widely reported for months and months, as far back as December, that William is going to go to the States this summer because Donald Trump has invited him to celebrate the July the 4th celebrations, and also because it's the World Cup, and we all know Prince William's a massive football fan.
The friendship between Prince William and David Beckham has grown noticeably stronger over the years. Beckham has consistently shown support for William's initiatives and charitable work, strengthening their bond even further. Their wives also move comfortably within many of the same social circles, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, has often been seen wearing designs created by Victoria Beckham. As a result, the Beckhams now appear more closely connected to William's inner circle than ever before, firmly establishing their place within his trusted network.
Since then, the Beckhams have moved firmly into Prince William's circle. David has publicly supported William's initiatives, while Princess Catherine is frequently seen wearing Victoria Beckham designs. The Beckhams chose William, and Harry knew exactly what that meant, says
Harry. That contrast could hardly be more painful. The shift is impossible to ignore. But the real question is how David Beckham and Victoria Beckham moved so dramatically from supporting the Sussexes to becoming firmly aligned with Prince William and his circle. This is where the story becomes even more fascinating. There was a time when the Beckhams and Harry and Meghan appeared genuinely close. They attended events together, shared many of the same social circles, and were often linked in media discussions. Many believed they had built a strong and meaningful friendship. However, that relationship reportedly began to fall apart after claims surfaced that Harry and Meghan suspected the Beckhams of leaking private stories about them to the press. That was the moment everything began to change.
What has happened is that Meghan has decided, who is paranoid about leaks and everything else, she believed that Victoria Beckham, believe it or not, was ringing up journalists on various newspapers and leaking stories about Meghan and Harry. Harry then decided to take the bull by the horns and ring up David Beckham and say, basically, you know, we hear that Victoria's leaking stories, and David Beckham was not at all happy. In fact, as it's been described now, he's absolutely furious that they have been accused like this.
Whether those suspicions were justified or not, the allegations reportedly caused serious damage to the relationship. Trust was broken, and once trust is lost, rebuilding it can become incredibly difficult. From that point forward, the relationship between the two couples appeared to grow noticeably colder. It is now widely believed that there is no real warmth left between David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, and the Sussexes, despite the fact that the Beckhams were once invited to Harry and Meghan's wedding. After that, the accusations that the Beckhams had leaked private stories to the press reportedly created a deep and lasting divide between them.
We know the Sussexes have accused the Beckhams of leaking stories to the press. Meghan was apparently not particularly happy that the Beckhams were very good friends.
Then another incident reportedly pushed the relationship even closer to breaking point during a visit to Australia. David Beckham was reportedly expecting to meet with Harry to discuss a football-related matter, but according to reports, that meeting never took place. Harry allegedly failed to show up, and many observers saw this as the final blow to whatever remained of their once close friendship.
David Beckham went all the way to Australia, and Harry said that he'd got no time to see him, he doesn't want to see him, he's too busy. So there was Harry sort of getting ready to be with a football match, a very important one, and he was left very rudely for David Beckham. And I think, he is the king of football and all the rest of it. So it was a very rude thing.
The relationship never truly recovered after that point. As tensions continued to rise, David Beckham appeared to grow even closer to Prince William. Their connection seemed to strengthen steadily while Harry's ties continued to weaken. So when Harry and Meghan reportedly looked ahead to the World Cup taking place in the United States, they may have been disappointed to realize that football's biggest stars and most powerful organizations had already chosen the royal figure they preferred to stand beside.
Harry is very much on the outside of the FIFA World Cup, and you would have thought, Angela, a few years ago that he would have been one of the natural celebrities alongside the likes of Lionel Messi and David Beckham, football legends who have made their home in the US, to become part of this flagship event. But the problem is, he seems to drag down events and brands now rather than provide them with any type of royal boost.
This situation feels especially sad because there was once a time when the idea of Harry being excluded from major international events would have seemed almost impossible. He attended Olympic events, charity functions, military ceremonies, state occasions, and countless international gatherings.
Beckham is football royalty. Harry is yesterday's news. For a prince who once topped every VIP guest list, that's a remarkable fall from grace.
This reported exclusion from the World Cup represents far more than simply missing a football tournament. For many observers, it reflects just how dramatically Harry's public image and influence have changed over the years. Meanwhile, his brother Prince William continues to build greater influence, popularity, and respect on the global stage. As the world comes together for the biggest sporting event on the planet, one major question remains. Can Harry ever reclaim the spotlight and status he once enjoyed, or has football already made its decision?